Call a meeting to order for the American Rescue Plan Act at 10:05 a.m. Do a roll call?
Crowe. Awful. Here. Sure.
Yep.
Ducat.
Use the restroom. Everybody had a chance to look at the agenda?
Move to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same. Motion passes. Any public comments?
Hey, Paul, can I talk?
Sure.
Okay, cool. All right, so I have been addressing all of the committees regarding the microfilm in my office. Donna, we had talked about it a little bit. John, Barb, you guys have been here for it. So, excuse me?
Smells bad.
It does, and so I just wanted to bring this down. You guys had approved a resolution, for 728, thank you. For microfilm conversion for 1980 through 89 to digitize those records. And I'm going to ask you, this isn't something I would normally do, but I'm going to ask you if you would rescind that resolution and allow me to take care of part of this mess. These are our land records going back to 1835. And as you can see, they are deteriorating and this cannot happen. If you look at that through the light, it's disgusting. You can't even read that. So, we've talked about vinegar syndrome in the past and the deterioration of this. They're awful, yeah. If you come into the office, there's a weird smell. This is the smell. It's contained because it's inside file cabinets. So I'm not asking for a motion to rescind today. I'm just here to inform that I'm going to ask you to rescind once I get an RFP for how much this is gonna cost. It's gonna be pretty costly. I'm hoping that they can do it in sections, but this is something that needs to be addressed.
How far back do you want to go then?
Well, where I need
All
to
the
start is 1835. That's where I need to, not even worry about digitizing 1980. I need to worry about going back to 1835 because those are the records that are in dire straits. Yeah. So I'm gonna start with Book A. So it goes Book A through N, then 17 through 378 is what's in the file cabinet that is affected. And the possibility of it being upwards of $300,000 is a possibility, yes. For 10 years, it was 77, what did I say that was? 76,728. So the possibility of it being higher is there because it's a lot of rolls of film. However, I'm going to ask them when they bid it, that they bid it in sections, so we can at least look at getting some of it taken care of. The only way we will be able to retrieve these is getting the records from the old courthouse museum and scanning the original books. That's also going to be the reason it's going to be a huge expense. So, I just wanted to tell you that's where I'm at.
If the records at the courthouse are in a condition, some of the ones that we removed from your storage area down here a year or so ago, is that gonna be a problem?
I suppose the possibility is there. The records at the old courthouse though are not stored like they are in my storeroom. They aren't just like standing on top of each other or leaning on the sides. They're actually in shelving units going all the way up to the ceiling, all the way around the vault. So I don't wanna say they're in better condition, but they're in better condition than what this microfilm is. We do have a second roll of microfilm at the state archives, which my feeling is we need to leave that at the state archives because it's in a temperature controlled area where this is not in the proper temperature controlled area to keep that from deteriorating. So, anyway, I just wanted to address you on that, let you know that's where I'm at. And if you see an RFP out for it,
I
that's
got
what
one more
it's
for you.
Yeah.
Voting machines. How we looking?
I will be, you guys, we opened bids yesterday.
Okay.
We'll be going to finance committee again, because I need to look at all of the bids, make sure I'm comparing apples to apples. And then, so we'll be looking for a motion at finance next month.
Is there a number or near
Uh,
that you could say?
the $500,000 number, I mean, it was for $465-ish for one of the bids and $527, but
Yeah, 462, 875, and 542, 258.
thank you. And those will probably come down a little because I did have them quote for too many devices. Just a few too many, not much, it's not gonna go down much, so the 500 is the.
There's other expenses that they quoted associated with the job.
The other expenses, yes, are going to be for the yearly,
6-year warranty and so forth.
well, that's if we go with the warranty, yes, and but that's a yearly cost, not a one-time fee. Does that make sense? Okay, so it would be added in, and then they have licensing fees on that, that's a yearly cost as well. So my election budget is gonna go because of those licensing fees, but I guess that's what technology gets you. Any more money.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't take any more time, thanks guys.
So thank you.
Well, the monster that's-
Any more public comments? All right, move on. Discuss, review, and take action on the ARPA applications. Start with number 103, the Sheriff's Department. Chris, are you?
I'm here representing that for the
Okay.
elevator issue.
Should be in the new packet.
Oh, there it is.
This one?
One of each.
You want to present or you just want us to go through it?
You can go through. Most of you know what's going on already.
Right here.
Number 103.
Is this,
That's just the summary sheet, Donna.
okay.
I left them on my desk.
Judy, this is yours, this is your side.
This is my side.
This is yours. You threw this on my side.
No, I got one over here, I passed that on.
Oh.
Take one and pass it on. Okay, so we need,
I was wondering why.
Charlie needs one there.
Thanks. There you go.
Chris, are we just replacing the jack?
We're replacing the jack and a door control package that is wore out, and that is part of the reason why people are getting trapped on the elevator. There's a lot of mechanical stuff that's just simply worn out, and part of ThyssenKrupp's offer, their bid was to replace. They had an upgrade door package that would remedy all of that.
Is there a pump involved that needs to be replaced?
No. Well,
Plunger.
for the jack?
Well, for the whole elevator system, there's an hydraulic pump, isn't there?
It will be, yeah, the one that's existing will be replaced with a much smaller one. That's part of the jack price. Yeah, the big giant tank in there will be gone. And the current electronics that are in the elevator room, they said are completely compatible with their package they would be putting in, that it's all microprocessor controlled. And so none of that, they said all of that is up to date, even though it was put in years ago. And the reason for the the monetary asking price is because of the ginormous variable when they dig and drill and get that jack out, as to what they find and what can happen in the ground, because at that point, a drilling company will have to be brought in.
I can't hear him, he's talking.
Go ahead, Chris, sorry.
I was just saying that the biggest variable, that's why we're asking for that monetary amount, is the drilling. Once they remove that jack, what is underground, in the ground, they may have to call in a drilling company. So,
Together?
Looking at it, actually being in management and being in judicial, hearing all about it. What do we have in public safety tax? Money. I could see us doing the job and that he did for the 124, and then let them pay the rest through. You know, people ask for, that's all the questions. Jill, how much do we have?
I will tell you in just a moment, but yesterday we had 779,000, but that is the trial balance.
Right.
We have yet to pay for vehicles for the sheriff that have been ordered but yet not received.
How old is this elevator?
it's original from 1964.
They'll be doing a cement bottom there, done this time, it won't be full.
Say it again?
Will they do a cement bottom then a pad down there?
I would sure hope so.
I just didn't see it in here, that's why I was asking.
And I can find out exactly, and they
Yeah, I'm
will,
not trying to put you on the spot either, I just,
oh, sure, I understand.
I know the mechanicals of it's probably gonna be for this, I didn't see in here the pad. I'll go through the rest of it, sorry.
Is it correct that we got two prices here from this TK, one for the door and one for the jack?
Yes,
Okay. How much does the total of those come to?
is it 160, Joe, 140, what was that? I don't have it with me.
148, 630, is that right?
TKE, we have $1,024.
So if we were to approve that amount and then they get in there and they find more problems, how do we finance those?
That's why what are we asking for?
And then it would be $24,630. $140.
It's
140.
It's 140 for the door controls and the jack, but and what is our asking price?
200,000.
200, that's what I was just explaining earlier, that's why the asking amount is because of the variable when they get in the ground, because,
Cover any of the overhead.
yeah,
That's an unknown, it could be more than that,
good,
it could be less than that.
yes.
That's what I'm saying, if we authorize the 148,630 today, how are we gonna cover the rest of it?
I don't know, that's why we're asking for 200.
I believe that the committee is primarily interested in having a fixed cost for the whole project. And not, in other words, not having something hanging out in limbo.
I agree.
That's the reason I'm asking the question. How long, are they gonna be able to get started on this work right away?
No, there's a lead time, they may even have that in there, the lead
I
time.
haven't had a chance to really read through it, to be honest with you, so I'm
But-
relying on you to.
It's, as soon as we get the ball's rolling, so the sooner the better, because
Well, what's their lead time?
I'd need to see the paperwork, I don't know.
Is it working at all?
It is, it's still in service.
Yeah, but it's not, we can't,
It has been recommended to me that it's taken out of service, but it has not been.
We cannot continue with that elevator.
And
It's been hanging out there forever, it's just been a matter of time.
When you stop and think about it, it's 58 years old, and the amount of money that we've spent on it over the years, it's been a very reliable piece of equipment. One of our least.
And it's snowballed here in the past 6 months. I mean, there's always been little piddly issues that will get taken care of, but now all of a sudden, something needs done. It's to that point.
Says that the work order is submitted for acceptance within 30 days. It's about all I'm finding here, let's see.
I'm looking if it was in a text really quick.
I think we could, this is just me speaking out loud. If we did
They
the
already have the
124
bills made out in here, so,
and
you
the
know,
public safety
for me to
costs,
submit.
because how many trucks we try to see buying?
Yeah, just the
Use money for that. You could always make a run for it. I'm just stating, I'm not.
so
I
TKE is
also love public
148,
safety also,
630,
but
Yes.
and Otis was 110.
Yeah, and that was very, I don't know how or why they came back with that number either. That confused me.
So,
It's like they're,
200,000?
Because originally, weren't they like 200,000?
148, yeah, that's possible, I was 124.
they were 230.
Because they have.
That's what I thought.
That's why where that 230 number came from. Then all of a sudden they come back
For the
with
same work or
Chris.
for a
same
complete?
thing.
Same work, okay.
Chris.
So
Yes, sir.
Otis is at 110,980 and TKE is at 148,630. Originally Otis was the 230,
Right.
which is where we came up with the number to request originally. Did knock it down to 200 just in, you know, cause it just seemed to give it that little bit of leeway with unforeseens, but
It's very odd to me that Otis came back with that low of a bid all of a sudden when initially they were saying 230.
Well, we
Yeah.
had a conversation with management that, that was judicial, wasn't it?
It was management.
Management, I'm sorry.
Management.
Too many meetings of changing up because you're not seeing the satisfaction from Otis for taking care of the elevator.
Not so much.
So I'm in the same boat here, I haven't, since this just got here today,
Yeah.
What's difference between the TKE, what are we getting from TKE and Otis?
TKE is replacing the jack, which is our biggest problem, and they're putting a whole new door control electronics package, which is what opens and closes the doors and all that, and that's all. Otis is not doing a door control package. It was more of a cosmetic upgrade. It was if you look through there, I forget their exact verbiage, what they call it,
So I know if you're upgrading the elevator, you have to upgrade the alarms and the same thing happened to me. So
Yeah.
that's why you're getting the new.
yeah, Otis almost sent too much stuff. It's,
Their whole brochure.
but long story short, I would highly lean towards the TK, the Dyson Corrupt, that just doing what I do and what I know a lot of you do as well. Just the impression you get from them and the professionalism and the desire to do the work, as opposed to, hey, we'll do it, you should feel lucky to have me here type attitude.
Well, then the confusion is also the price that they had before, now I get a different price.
I know.
That's,
And Otis was initially, they were the ones warning me about all the variables with the jack. And now they come back with their jack prices way less, and it was bizarre.
So, I looked, make sure I read this right, TKE is 124.
No, 140,
I wrote it on there,
oh Lord.
on the front of their proposal page.
124 and then
It was 148.
The other prices for the elevators, the doors, the alarms, and then, yeah, state is on there, make sure, everything's going.
So it's 148.
148, 630.
Thanks.
Exactly what I said 5 minutes.
Thanks, John.
I couldn't
Did you write Otis's down?
Mine wasn't.
Yeah. 110,980. When initially they were 230.
Yeah, it's quite a jump down. Interesting, yeah.
My only stipulation would be this, to make sure that they're gonna do a cement pad down the bottom,
Okay,
so that way you don't have dirt, or whatever's down there now.
sure.
Cause I don't know what they did, maybe they did rock down in the, what, 50s or 60s?
60.
No,
64. I'm very anxious to see what
Right.
is down in there. I can't wait.
something tells me it's gonna be a little soupy.
Yes.
Well,
630, and that's, it'll cover it. And if there's something else that's on that, the public safety can pay for the other, and that'll get them really close.
So you want me to make a motion for the 148, 630?
take it away, John.
Thank you, sir.
All right, I move we adopt a resolution to do the 148, 630 for TKE to get the elevator fixed.
I second it.
Okay.
Roll call vote.
Crowe,
Yes.
Awful,
Yes.
Sure,
Yes.
Alt,
Yes.
Ducat,
Yes. Motion passes.
And then, if I may ask, if there is additional cost due to variances, whatever,
Comes out of your paycheck.
If add more extra for the public safety, because that's,
Just make it work,
Okay.
Chris,
Yeah.
make it work.
I think, Chris, it's something that if that happens, we'll have to spend the amount of money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Determine what's the best way to handle it at that time.
thank
you
you.
agree though, in what you do, it needs to be a cement pad down there.
Yes. Thank you, I appreciate that. And so will everyone who goes in the courthouse.
Especially Yvonne.
Oh, Lord.
All right, thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
All right, move on, next one, number 34, the bread basket food pantry.
Now what do we do? I
That's
know, but
the-
now, where do we go from here?
Sonia, you're here.
I am here.
Anybody else that's here?
Signed resolution.
Nothing much after here, you want me to
You can
hear?
have her do the work.
That's fine.
Okay, so,
So after Tuesday, do I need to?
because they are asking for 50%.
We did an email.
Right, and that's fine. After Tuesday, I can do that.
Okay,
Okay. Just- I don't like to do anything until after the board meeting.
so I'm not even gonna say anything to them until,
No, and then after Tuesday, when it's formal, like approved,
yeah.
then, just, submit me a claim. If you wanna leave the department head, department.
Do you have a printout?
I do not.
what we got.
Amanda?
I emailed it because it was in color,
I saw that.
but, yeah, I did email it because it was in color, and it was kinda hard to see not in color. But I do have,
So we can look at our email here.
Yeah, I already saw it.
yeah, you should look at the email.
I did.
This was hard to see, so I didn't
I see here.
print out.
You went to.
Take this.
I know, is that the $7.99 one, the first one for?
Anyways, so
Yeah.
then,
I'll wait till
And
after
then
the meeting.
if you wanna fill out the
Freezer,
claim,
20
just leave
cubic
the
No, the
deposit
799 was the
and
low.
the GL number blank,
Because
I'll
I
fill
had
it
to
in.
be over there to get the dishwasher.
Okay.
18.5
now.
cubic
Okay.
feet. 20
Thanks for your
cubic
help.
feet
You know where to find me.
is 11.
do.
Bring it in, we can do it together.
Okay.
Like the Whirlpool, and that's from Kingland. System Parks, even 1099.96 as a Maytag for 20 cubic feet. So you were unable to get a commercial quote anywhere.
Right, which is fine because they went and did the dimensions and I'm not gonna have room for commercial. Because I kind of condensed the around, so that kind of worked out.
So 20 cubic feet is for,
Yes.
that's just,
She's in the town of what, see, they're gonna probably, here too, only $1,000. Let's help them out. Will you be able to use?
I don't know.
Use both of them?
Yes.
Utilize them?
Yeah, definitely.
Just helping out the community.
Okay.
That's all.
That's already perfect.
And that's from the 20 cubic feet, that's from, right here in town? Is this the parks guy?
Email, no, it's the last email. I don't have.
Financially
I
wise.
sent it on Thursday.
What are you guys saying over here? Well, we were talking there's $79. They're gonna deliver two for $79. Yeah.
This is, I don't know, you go ahead, I'll just,
No,
you ladies.
I move to adopt a resolution to purchase 2 freezers for the breadbasket for W Hope Corporation from Kingdon's in the amount $1179.96 each with free delivery.
Yes, free delivery, important, because I don't wanna pick it up.
I'll ask afterwards, take a picture before sending it to us.
Yes.
What would that total?
$1179.96 each times 2.
23 something? Sounds good.
Second.
Already got,
Oh, and
he
here,
was on the draw. Amanda's ready.
Crow,
Yes.
Awful,
Yes.
Sure,
Yes.
Alt,
Yes.
Ducat.
Yes, thank you so much for,
Thank you, no,
Come in.
thank you, but yeah, I will send a picture. Thank you, have a good day.
frustrated on some of these people. They're helping out the community. All right, next on the list is number 47, City of Gilman.
We asked for
Rick, are you right there? Thank you.
I'm here, ready.
Give us a minute to get your
Okay, absolutely.
application.
this here.
These two. We got yours. Okay, well, I got this one. Yeah, well, I got yours. I keep everything. Everybody got the application? You wanna go ahead and present?
Yes, as I said at the last meeting, we were applying to do a sewer job, a very deep sewer job, probably the deepest areas in town I have left. Approximately 20 foot deep. We've got estimates from Iroquois Paving and estimates from the engineer of over $400,000. A little less than that, although it did not have engineering in it. We were asking for $250,000 for an upgrade of the sewer line between 3rd and 4th Street and between Central and Main and the alley. Our lines are very deteriorated. We've done a number of lines for the past 15 years. We still have a ways to go. Another project we're trying to do under the EPA loan, which we've got an application in for the EPA loan, which we've been approved for, but we haven't been approved for the loan forgiveness yet. That's a $2.1 million job for the engineer's assessment. So we are very active, proactive in getting a lot of these sewer replacements we put in the 1930s. But we still have a ways to go.
Did you receive the ARPA money for $224,579.83?
We have received.
Half of it?
Half of it,
You did apply for the second half and completed it?
yes.
Okay. The plans with that money to do,
We've earmarked that money, the remaining, the first $112,000 that we got, we used for an emergency sewer job on, Main Street between Fourth and Fifth. The next 112, we've earmarked for our downtown, street project, which we're gonna owe about 1.6 million on by the time we're done.
you turn out all the beautiful brick?
Well, there's a lot of new brick going back in.
Is it? Good.
There is, on intersections, crosswalks, and that should be in, they are talking maybe next week to start on that.
Usually comes close to here, or a little more, no more than that. John? Comments, questions?
I don't really have any comments or questions.
To be forward with you, every town we're trying to split it up in between, and it's between 50 and 100,000 is what we're giving every single town. If there was a resolution, a motion today for somewhere around that number, would you be able to finish the project?
The project we've got to do, and it's our number one line on of our list to be done. It's gotta happen in the next year or two.
But this would get you started.
This will get us started.
Yeah. That's the problem. We got $5.2 million and we got the third largest county in the state.
You know, we will be happy, I mean, yeah.
They did it by people, they didn't do it by
Yeah.
land, which stunk for us.
Understand.
What the number you wanna do, but anywhere between 50 and 100 is a good number.
800.
You okay with that?
That will help you immensely.
Yeah, I'd love to do the whole project.
I understand that.
Everyone in the room would love to take care
Didn't
of it.
expect that, but we will,
That's the biggest problem we're running against.
yeah.
And then we gotta split it between every single town, because I wanna have, somebody needs something.
Yes, we understand.
Every town in the county has sewer problems. It's common to people.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we adopt a resolution to award $100,000 to the city of Gilman for their sewer project. I'll second.
Crowe,
Yes.
Awful,
Yeah.
Sure,
Yes.
Paul,
Yes.
Ducat,
Yes.
Thank you, taxpayers.
Thank you so
City of
much.
Gilman, thank you too. We'll get engineering started right away on it.
Pictures, please, that's all I asked for.
Pictures of the
Yes.
job?
Yeah.
Sure.
We'd like to have at the end of this, everybody has a picture of what ARPA did for the county.
Okay,
We wanna show everybody we're trying to work together.
yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Well, and
Get some pictures of that 20-foot hole.
I will be in contact with you as well, because since it is a ward over 50,000, I will need quarterly reports from you.
Okay,
Okay.
Susan will.
Yep.
Wendy, yeah.
We'll take
Okay,
care of it with her.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hometown.
Number 76, Hometown Family Foods. Some minute, please.
Oh, this is yours.
Oh, look. All right, that's mine. I got one. Ah, there we go.
Hometown food.
No, I have that.
Give us 1 minute, Dave, please.
Not a problem. I have the city of Gilman. I thought you were asking for the next one.
No, we're doing 76 right now.
I don't have it.
I can find it.
Get the last meeting. It's in here.
Okay, so we've got the two bids.
Correct.
One from Concrete Construction in the amount of $21,650, and then one from Morris and Benoit in the amount of $17,748. And just looking, are they apples to apples?
Yes, they are. 34 by 58 is what we want to replace in the parking lot.
6 inches of concrete, and this one's got 48. Dowel to existing, I guess that's, is that rebar?
Yeah.
All the way and disposal.
Hey Dave, where's this at in your parking lot? I'm still reading through it.
Right past the entrance, that the city has all tore up.
Is it gonna have any ramifications with the city?
It butts up to this, where the city sidewalk is, it'll butt right up to that.
Do you have to get permission from the city to put up next to it since you're in town?
I don't think so, because Rick knows what I'm doing here.
Okay.
There's a definite hole there,
Oh, I
I walk
know.
over it every time.
I go there, so.
Well, the problem was, when the parking lot was first done, they didn't use gravel or rock. They put sand in it, and the previous owner dumped everything else in it, and some of that stuff's deteriorated, and the sand is all settled. There's about a foot hole between the concrete and the sand that's in there. We replaced the back end of that parking lot probably 18 years ago, and haven't had a problem with it. But the hole's gotten worse since they tore up Central Street with all the construction and pounding and everything.
So,
And I'm gonna be real honest with you, I don't know whether we can get it done this year, because we can't take up our parking spot until the city gives us some spots back. And right now, it's all gravel. And access to the parking lot is basically one way in right now. So, but it would help immensely, because with this construction since the 1st of June, our business has taken a hit. There's no doubt around it. So, those are the two bids. I've had Morris and Benoit do they did the first one and did an excellent job. 4 days we were back up and running. See, that's the other problem. I had to shut my parking lot for 4 days. I had no access then. So that's why we have to almost wait until the city gets done.
No longer than that, I like your ribeyes.
Huh?
So no longer than that, I like your ribeyes. I would like to
when
see
do
an
you
agreement.
think the city will get done? Do you have any, does the mayor have any idea when this is gonna be done?
They told me that they hope to have both layers of asphalt down by the 1st of November. But now they just started tearing up Front Street, which is the very first street by the special ed office, the first block, and I don't know how long that's gonna take. Cause it took about 3 weeks to get Second Street taken there, and they didn't go near as far as they did. So. But the biggest question that we've asked people or in the city is, how come if Central Street's ready to be blacktop, how come we don't do it? And Enterprise Paving tells them they're not gonna do any of that until it's all ready to be blacktop. Which, they just keep tearing stuff up and never gives us any options. So, But that's where we're at, that's something we have to deal with.
You wanted to see what?
Dave, get an agreement between you and the city that you can do the job and you won't.
Do I need an agreement with that? I can't.
I don't know, that's,
So,
yeah. But he just said how big of a job he's gonna be having going, was it 1.6 million? So I don't know what roads and streets he's gonna tear up next.
Yeah.
Do you wait till next spring and do it? Your thoughts on that? I mean,
We'd probably have to rebid it again by then.
So if you could accept the bid now, you'd have the price locked in.
Pretty much.
can you lock the price in until next spring? Probably not, right?
Well, Morrison Benoit's prices been there since the March 14th, and I talked to him a number of times, and he said that that's still good.
Well, you've done the work, we've got both bids, we need two. We wanna help you out. You've been in Iroquois County for years. And you're always helping out the community.
You know, if you'd wanna bump that 17 to 19, I could probably make that work. It's up to you guys, you folks, you ladies and gentlemen.
It's your call what you wanna do, it's in your town. My thought is, it's not hurting us at all.
Is there no way you can get this work done at the same time that the city street is torn up? I mean, that would minimize the disruption to your business.
Yet no, it won't, because right now, the only place I have people to park is my 12 parking spots. And if I tear up my parking lot, I'm gonna lose those 12. So I can't tear that up for 4 days, because there will be no access to the store. That's the problem.
So this is a better solution than, okay.
I'm just trying to be real honest with you.
We can have them go back and get two bids for the spring, and come back again, if we're gonna do it in the spring form. That way,
Ordering something today then, or not?
we can't, he's gonna come back and do it in the spring. Even though we all know it's $2,000 more, you still have to have two bids. Would you agree, Joe?
Well, I think so, and I think there's no point in awarding it something for next spring. I think we're-
My only concern is what happens if that falls
At
in.
the same time would make sense for the, I realize it disrupts the business, but get it over with.
What'd you say, Dave?
What did you say?
I agree with you. What if they're gonna tear up the road right in front of them still, and it's gonna make,
The road's already torn up.
Yeah, but there's no parking spots available out there.
that's the thing, he'll have none at all. If he has the parking, he'll have none in the parking lot, he'll have none on the outside,
I
he'll
understand.
be out of business for a while.
Which is better to operate, his customers aren't coming in right now, he said it's already hurting his business, so which is better? Get it done and over with, or operate, if he's operating.
Do you wanna wait till next
reduced business
spring?
Now, it'll be reduced business in the
Can you?
spring.
Yeah,
That'd be the next
is the
question.
money gonna be there? Are we gonna hold it for him? I mean,
We
you
can
wanna
put
know what I mean?
20,000 to the side until next month.
What were you gonna say about what your concern is, what's gonna happen if? I heard
What
you-
if this thing falls in? Then what do I do? Fill it in with rock and make it work?
That's a reason for wanting to get it done now.
I get it, you're in catch 22.
Yeah.
If
If you've never been in retail, you don't understand it. That's the problem.
I've been in business, sir, for many years.
I know we wanna help you, so what is the best option for you at this point?
I've been thinking about that for days. And I really don't have one for you.
I got you.
My opinion is if you want to, approve the bid so that he can go ahead and get that locked in, and then if and when they make that decision to get it done, that amount of money has already been awarded. Can always come back at a later date if it's more than what is expected and ask the committee for a reimbursement of any additional expenses towards the project.
So then we're gonna do it right away then for them?
That's
what I would.
not, I don't have a vote.
So if we do it right away for you, I don't know where you have parking anywhere then?
I don't have a vote, but like I said, then
You get
that
what I'm
gives them
saying,
the
right.
opportunity to choose, hey, are we gonna bite the bullet, do it now, or are we gonna wait? And if we wait, we understand there's an additional cost that may be incurred that they're gonna have to pay out of pocket, but then they could also come back to the committee and ask for help with the reimbursement for the additional costs.
Well,
Just my opinion. I don't like to sit here and say, hey, we're gonna earmark 20 grand for you, we're gonna earmark 20 grand for you, I'm not in the business of
If
doing
you
that.
approve that, I'll go back to my wife and my sister, and we'll discuss it, and decide whether we bite the bullet or not. And then I gotta get a hold of, I would assume Morrison Benoit, and see when they can do it.
I mean, that's my opinion, then he can lock in the price that he has, it's up to them to make that decision, and they understand that any additional cost, if they wait till spring, is gonna be at their expense, since we
Yeah, I
have
like
until
that.
2025 to spend the money.
I do too, and I think there's something to be
Better
said to
perspective,
get
thank you.
your name in the list of projects that Morrison Benoit has, that,
Cause they are busy.
and then there's also the issue of materials.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest, you're not putting a time frame on anybody else you approve,
Makes sense, yeah,
so.
thank you for your perspective. George, you wanna make it for 17, because that's what the bid is.
Okay, I'd like to send a resolution to the full board to accept this proposal from Morrison Benoit for hometown, food at $17,748.
Second.
Whenever you're ready.
Crone,
Yes.
Awful,
Yes.
Sure,
Yes.
Salt,
Yes.
Ducat,
Yes. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you very much for your help, folks.
Like I said, if you come back and you need 2,000 more, you can rescind it or redo an application.
not resend, but you can put in an application to ask for
Yeah.
additional reambrsment, yeah, we don't
All
need
right,
to.
and just take pictures for us, please. I'll do that. Thank you for your time.
You bet, thank you.
Hey, it's on page 22. Yep, Village of Clifton, 89 and 90. I got Mr. Giggle and, Mr. Potts. Clifton,
Oh. Just tell me it's about
give us 1 minute to find them.
Say, I know, thank you.
Randy, here with the Village of Clifton. This is Ben Potts, he's the maintenance manager.
Give us just a couple minutes, I wanna find my, everybody else got theirs?
I don't have mine.
Go ahead, sir, I guess I'm the one who
Are you unprepared? I usually am. Why do I sit by you?
you'd like punishment. I've read it before. Ready?
Yep.
Please present. Thank you.
So we're asking for $89,710 to cover the replacement of the liners in the big pool and the little pool for our community. They're approximately 20+ years old and we don't have money to do it. They need to be replaced. We've had to weld in multiple patches in it because it's getting so thin.
So when you
Okay.
say pools,
That was my question to you the other day, Paul,
Right.
remember? I have application 89 and 90 for sewer plant sludge removal, and 90 is for water tower cleaning replacement services. The pool, I did get your quotes for both of those, but I don't have an application for the pool.
Yeah, and before that, we had one withdrawn for
It was the number 18,
asbestos water mains.
right, number 18 was withdrawn and they replaced that with 89 and 90.
Right, so we don't have anything for the pool.
Okay, I was, Paul, my communications with you since July. We had switched it to the pool.
Yeah, we had conversations about it,
I needed, and then we were requested for 2 more quotes.
Okay, so I have the
Go through
quotes and I can share those with you guys, but we'll just need an application filled out
We
for
don't
the pool
have an
specifically.
application.
Yeah, let us know what you need.
Let me go make you guys copies, I emailed it, but you don't have copies.
Those, that's not something else.
Are
This
they,
isn't
have they been withdrawn then?
Well, I don't know, let's ask Justin.
well, it'll be 2 different things.
Are you withdrawing these then?
Is that for the sewer and for the water
Yes.
service? Okay, yes, those would have to be withdrawn.
Do you still need this work done?
We still need that work done.
So what we're gonna do
Those are
is-
major projects. And,
So that'll be separate
First priority, what's your,
for the pool. But what is priority, 89 or 90 for the Village of Clifton? We wanna do the sewer plant sludge is what you're looking for? Or you're looking at the water tower cleaning replacement of, service water pumps? What is more the priority?
excuse me, the sewer water pumps we use, we did get,
What?
They're
I'm sorry,
not- they're-
what?
They're here for the pool right now, so
They're
we
talking about
should
a swimming pool,
hold
they're not
that.
we
talking
don't
about.
have an application.
she's gonna bring us one.
But we got down on the agenda, 89 and 90.
Huh?
We got on the application
I know,
for,
but they're saying they don't wanna do those.
no, they're not saying that.
I just heard them.
those were pushed off and this other one brought forward.
John, what they're saying is, this is 89 and 90, they wanted to do these, but also they need help with the pool, just like in Milford.
Right, now, the original one, when we were looking for it, when I talked to Lyle Behrens, he said to break it down into 2 different, that's probably where the 2 numbers came in.
It did,
And we had to seek,
I even spoke to you about it.
assistance, but then when I talked to Paul, we had moved it to the pool liner as being the primary. So, and which I talked to him a couple occasions, we were contacted the other day about sending the bids again, and we did, and this is for the pool liner. So if we need to adjust or figure out something with the application, we're fine with that, we will do whatever's necessary.
Oh, I don't,
Both sides,
right,
turn over, here you go. Try to save paper.
all of their requests are $89,791, 3 different times.
Well, that's because they're trying to keep it under $50,000, so they gotta do paperwork, and
That's over.
yes, it is.
So,
That's what they're talking about on these 2, 89 and 90. I specifically talked to him, I explained to him, because he's gotta do the paperwork, to go over 50. Same thing with everybody.
Which I'm not that scary, I just talked to him quarterly.
Did you ever get 2 quotes, I'm just gonna go back. We're talking about 89 and 90 on the sewer plant sludge removal. Did you ever get 2 quotes for that?
No, we did not. There,
Yeah, what number?
the one company
I
that
don't
was
have an
supposed to be
application for that one, I
local
told Paul that a few days
was
89.
up in Grant Park, and they were between $150,000 and $200,000 to remove all that sludge.
Okay.
I contacted 3 other companies to try and get them to come in from Joliet area, and they couldn't do it. So I was out of options as far as getting a second bid.
That's something we have to have is 2 bids.
Okay.
The only company that would do this from Tennessee.
No, from Grant Park.
Why does it say Tennessee?
So the plan is done.
That's
That's for
the
the
pool
pool.
liner service.
Is that what we're talking about?
He asked about sewer plant, moving the sludge.
Right, we're just answering questions.
Let's stick to one thing,
Just like Milford.
Right.
making this confusing, guys.
So basically, at this point, what I would suggest is for 89 and 90,
What do we give
we need 2 quotes, and then for the pool, I need an application to be submitted, and then we can further discuss these options.
You only got one quote for the pool anyway.
Flip it over, it's 2-sided.
Oh,
Trying to save some paper, John, come on now.
gotcha.
Now, like she suggested, you guys probably didn't hear her.
So I would table it for next month and give them time to get that stuff together.
To get the application for the pool and then also the quotes.
It's just my personal feeling that we need to light on a project that we can manage as a committee that's in line with other village projects. And because one of the things the committee is about is water and sewer and this certainly qualifies. But we need to light on a project, get it documented and then hopefully help you with one of them, you know. That's my feeling is we help with one project. Just as we're trying to do for the whole of the county. So that's my personal
So
thoughts.
which project you would say the most important?
Pool liner.
So we'll probably
Just have them do a new application.
So you want me to resend the 2?
You don't have to necessarily
No.
resend the 2, if you wanna put together an application and send that over to me,
Yes.
or Amanda, either way, but we talk a lot.
Okay,
And then, I would suggest you put them on the agenda next month.
okay, that's, let us know what we need to do and we will do it.
Sure, absolutely.
Has there been any consideration to any other type of liner for that swimming pool than a PVC liner?
No, I actually have spoken to the 2 different companies, and PVC is the best way to go. It's the
Really?
most longest lasting and the thickest. And to the best of my understanding, there is only one company in the US that makes that liner.
Well, Milford
I know
just,
about liners that last a lot longer, a lot better.
Then 20 plus years.
Yes, sir.
Do you happen to have any of that information? I would,
I can probably get it for you.
Appreciate
I'd love to get a hold of it.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
there's another product developed by NASA, Milford just put it on their pool, it's horrendously expensive. We have fundraisers out here on the side, but I can give you the name of the gentleman that has that information from Milford, I don't have his phone number in front of me, you could have a conversation, if you like.
Yes, ma'am, please.
So,
Any additional information we can
I
get?
wrote it down.
Anything.
you did,
I wrote it down.
and I need to give you his phone number?
Yep, I wrote it down.
Okay. But it's way in excess of this amount, it's horrendously expensive, so.
But if it lasts you longer, it may be something.
I think
We got
it's
20
like
years on it,
50 years is what they told us.
We got 20 years.
How many years?
on it.
Sorry, ma'am?
Like 50, I think.
Really?
Don't hold me to that.
I guarantee this liner, this is the same liner that we have in it now. And it was, only supposed to last 10 years, and we've gotten 20 out of it, so. But 50, I like that.
It's a polymer or something.
I'm gonna pull their app right now and take a look at it.
Yeah, any information? Yeah, we want
Alright, so what
to-
is the exact plan for them? We wanna give them a new
I will
application?
email the, well, actually, I don't have to, it's on our website, the application is, if you wanna fill it out, email it back to us, I'll get the information from Donna and then I can forward that to you as well. Is this email address on your application for 89 and 90 good? It is.
And Randy, that's what you want for the village of Clifton?
That's where it's, so,
Okay.
we have state ARPA money
It's
that we wanna use towards those water pumps.
Okay.
But we
That
have,
would be the.
that is an arduous task, even to get,
Yeah.
What, 179,000 you're gonna use
Yeah.
that you got?
well, part of that will go towards those water pumps. We haven't got, pumps. I mean, I don't know how long it's been, we've been trying sometime to even get the pumps, even to utilize the state ARPA. We fill out reports, expense reports, but we have no expenses. So at the time, I think when the original, that wasn't the plan when we got the original communications with the county board. And so that's why that became an option, so. But we will fill out the new application. get anything you need.
The grinders are good? I'm asking questions because
Yeah,
we just dealt with an ARPA, that's why I'm asking that.
The grinder pumps, we have a lot of issues at our sewer plant currently. The other half of the 89,000, we're hoping to utilize towards that. We're working with EPA to keep on track and keep moving forward and do upgrades as we need them.
Did you guys get the EPA grant?
There we go.
Okay. Talk to Angel Crawford.
Mhm.
And you can get it and there's a certain percentage you'll have to pay back.
Right.
And I don't know when that is done. But that might be an option.
We will appreciate it.
We'll look into it.
I don't know if she's in, I'll take you around real quick. We'll keep moving. Is there anything else we would like from? Hopefully we'll see you back next month.
Okay,
I appreciate it.
I'm gonna take you in.
Thank you all.
thank you.
For our next one, more than welcome.
We bring
Charlie, you're in charge for a minute.
But next is Village of Buckley. Oh, I know we're waiting, I'm just, okay.
Morning.
Good morning.
We're gonna wait for Paul.
That's fine.
It's 93, 90, you don't have it?
I must not be, I had these a few minutes ago and now I can't
Goes
find them.
around.
What's the matter with me?
Comes around, goes around.
97?
93, 94, and 66.
I don't know. How can I be such bad shape? Oh, boy. I don't miss this thing.
I wouldn't touch that, Charlie, you could get in trouble. I'm just saying, I wouldn't touch it.
Sorry, I was supposed to be. Thank goodness. Why would we have that happen? Village Buckley.
93, 94, and 66.
Yeah.
Usually. 94 and 66. Got that, I don't have it in my phone.
Buckley?
Oh, sure, I got it.
Let's go. Let's go. We're doing 94, we're not doing 93, is that right?
I believe it's the tile.
Yeah.
Storm drain.
The other one was for the light pole.
I think we need to get another bid for tile work.
Do you have that?
Yes, I do. I get it. I got copies for everybody.
Okay.
I'll make sure I do.
Thank you, sir. So we're doing 90.
94 for the water main.
I was just gonna make a copy, but I forgot, alright.
So we were looking at a project that was 162,000 and now it's 89,400.
Yeah.
Do we just have the one?
They have a quote from before.
So they have,
ERH.
for number 94, attached to that application, Donna, is ERH's, quote for 162,000.
I was looking right
And then
at
they
it.
just got one from Hendricks Drainage for the 89.4.
I was looking right at it, sorry.
No, it's all good,
I don't there.
that's what I'm here for.
Is this, are these quoting the same thing? Exactly? Same,
Not for sure. We have one from Ronnie Roy.
8 inch.
who's running?
Rural Roy Construction out of Paxton.
Do we have that in front of us?
No,
This is for the tile work, right?
Right, we have one from ERH and one from
I think
Henry.
ERH is the water line. Might be,
Oh, okay, so the Hendricks drainage should go with application 66, which is the
storm tile,
drainage tile.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
All right.
yeah.
And that one has the map included on it, Donna?
I beg your pardon, Jane?
Okay, so the quote from Hendricks that they just gave you
Yes.
goes with application 66 for the drainage tile.
Okay.
The previous quote was for 87,789,
Yeah.
and this quote is,
785.
yeah, I'm sorry. It's written right in front of my face.
Now,
It's not like I deal with numbers, huh?
Things put together here, but I'm looking for that total.
number 66.
Yeah.
Are we still on 94?
No,
we're
move
on
to 66.
66.
Okay, Barb.
Sorry, I didn't mean.
And it's page 2, and this goes, to what she just handed us goes with this.
Yes, that's their second bid that they got. The two bids for 66 are from Merle Roy out of Paxton, and the second one is from Hendricks Drainage out of Paxton as well. Yeah.
Well, they're located in Iroquois County.
That's what I thought.
Bo Sternum he lives in Paxton.
We've got three applications for you, that's where the confusion.
That's fine, yeah.
And one was to extend the loop water main, so we thought we were talking about water. Okay.
I got 66.94.
You're looking at 66. Put the other ones away. Look at 66.
Don't touch that.
That's the one we're looking at. I remember this.
But this drain tile, the drains the whole south end of our town.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes through the field, through Martin ground and Lustfeld ground. And parts of the tile is only like 2 foot in the ground. Equipment's gotten heavier, gotten bigger, keeps crushing the tile's collapsing. And to go all the way across there, it's immense, it's a big job.
So we're talking about the same size tile, the same size basins, 8-inch dual wall. And the same,
Actually, we're enlarging the size of the tile.
Are you using recycled or are you using virgin tile?
I don't know what they're using actually.
Gotcha. I just had it in management. I apologize for using farm tile. To what we've been told, there isn't much of a difference, but it's cheaper rate if you go with recycled.
Really?
Yeah.
Who handles that? I mean, as far as,
What was Brent's name?
it was from Beaverville, the
Yeah,
guy that
it's from-
recommended that, it was
It was from Beaverville.
Brett Case.
Brent, thank you. Yep, thank you. Beaver Creek Drain.
What was the date on this quote that you got from Merle Roy?
Didn't have a date on it.
2/28/22.
You know if that price is still good?
Last we talked to him,
When was that?
actually, he just came in and did some work, 2 weeks ago.
So we got a difference of $1,615 between Hendricks and Merle Roy. And you said Merle Roy was in, oh yeah, that's the older quote, okay.
Yeah,
Merle Roy is in Ford County, Heinrich is in Iroquois.
yeah. Hendrick stays busy with farm tile and it's hard to get him to come in. But they were willing to come in and put in a bid.
Could they do this work yet this year?
I'm hoping they can.
I would like to see bid with
which it is. They don't say which they're using.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
He wants a bid for that.
All right, could you go out in the hallway and call these gentlemen and clarify for us whether they bid recycled or new? And just to keep matters moving here today.
Chances are Ronnie Roy goes through Pritzco, and that's what he uses a lot of, and I don't know if they,
Recycled,
I don't know, I think it's new.
that's new. Could you go give them a call? Can we set this aside, move ahead and
Yeah.
and ask them too if they would have to redo their whole bids if you went with a recycled product,
Okay, yeah,
please?
no problem, I can do that.
Yeah.
Alright,
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Is that okay with you, Chief? Okay, sorry.
I don't care. I get mad straight up.
I like to keep it.
All right, we're gonna move ahead. 95-108 Fountain Creek Drainage District. Yes.
My name is Dan Bauer, I'm Drainage District Commissioner.
Hello there.
Yeah.
This is my dad, Bob. Also Commissioner.
One minute, please.
Oh, okay.
Where is it up there, 95?
Gotcha.
Driving nuts.
I got 95.
95-108, I got them both.
Which one are we doing?
Is it the new package he gave you in there?
I don't know, it could be.
108 is the new one.
Is that in the back?
Now, is that a revision or is that the same?
I think it's.
You got it.
It's
Revision.
yeah, 95. And then 108 is the revision. So you're looking at 108.
We're looking at 108.
Just look at 108.
I know, I got it here if you'd like.
I think we revised it because
Yeah,
it's
so it's
$50.
You got 108?
Yeah,
I'm looking at yours.
I'm still looking for him.
I'll look at yours, that's good.
Who says I left you?
Well, maybe you won't. You can- I see it.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, you found it?
Okay.
We're looking at 108.
Yes.
All right, so I got a question for you before we start. We got Fountain Creek, Whiskey Creek, and then we got Charlie's district down there, the drainage district. Where do you fit into this?
We're Fountain Creek number.
Are you the first one up that goes to the second, or, because they all three connect together, is that correct? No? Okay, so Whiskey Creek connects to,
No,
no,
Whiskey Creek's the one that doesn't connect, isn't it?
I don't live down there, so I'm trying to figure this out.
No, it's not connected with.
You know what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to figure out how it goes. You guys explain it to me, because I don't know how it goes together.
Our district empties into the one that goes past System Park.
Okay,
What's the name of the?
Is that Mike Creek?
Yeah, I think so. Slip Creek, yeah. Our creek empties into that one.
okay.
Just east of System Park, about half a mile.
I'm just trying to place it in my head so we don't have one guy
But the other
and the other one getting backed up with the other one.
one that I think you're talking about, I think is east of ours.
Okay,
Did we
and the
have-
water runs east to west or west to east for you?
West to east,
Okay.
actually south to north.
Where's Whiskey Creek?
Over the flood mill.
Whiskey Creek is on the other side of you,
It's on the spring.
or east of,
They got right.
or east of you,
I know everything down there.
or east of you.
Mud Creek flows right into.
So does he dump into you?
Sugar Creek,
No.
right out by our farm.
No, but this is water coming from that one, the next one. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't live down there, so I'm trying to see how this goes.
Did we have an application for
We're
Mud
running-
Creek?
we're
I saw
running
something
Or
with.
Just-
over by, like you're.
That's why I had all three of you come here, Nick, 'cause I wanna make sure somebody's not dumping on somebody else. And you fix the water.
My application goes into this one now,
Okay,
because my water drains into them.
okay.
But I'm owner of my tile, I don't own the district tile. I just drain into them,
Fort here, whiskey's up
there. Right. That makes sense?
Doesn't make
There's
sense.
another bigger creek than ours does. So we're parallel to Whiskey Creek.
Water flowing.
Yes, basically.
We're parallel to Whiskey
More or
Creek,
less.
running north,
Yeah,
right?
more or less.
Basically, you can say that. They both run.
Alright, go ahead, sir.
Well, we're just a small drainage district and we've got these big tile and very limited income and like everything else, the warranty is up on it. And it's old and it's breaking down on us. We've got a 30, a 24 and an 18 and this 18 just needs some attention for sure. But now this 18 is dumping into the start of a creek. So there's a lot of head pressure on that very last section that we would like to try and replace here.
And your tax, so is, your tax revenue is $3,300. And is 3/4 of a mile, is that your whole drainage district or
No.
just that section?
Our district is 6.5 miles by about 3.5, 4 miles wide. And this 18 inches is what we're talking about, is 3/4 of a mile. From where it starts to where it dumps into that head wall. And it's old. It's old. I imagine it's 80
Clay?
years old probably.
Obviously Clay then.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'll ask you the same thing I just asked the last gentleman. Is it virgin or is it recycled? The only reason I'm asking this is because, once again, the price is cheaper if it's recycled.
Yeah, I never heard of recycled farm tile.
We're just hearing,
Is that something new?
No, we've had a couple gentlemen,
PVC materials have been recycled for many, many years.
We put this project together and got a bid and we didn't specify from the guy who put the bid in, so standing here, we can't, we can call him and find out, so. And we only got one bid, we didn't get two. I didn't know if that was necessary or not.
yeah, we'll have to get a second bid. I would also specify, do the recycled.
Huh?
Save the county some more money that we can spread out.
Sure.
the reason recycled is the buzzword of the day is because we've just been talking about it on the county farm and we've been learning about recycled, that that's an option.
Okay.
So that's where that's coming from.
It's the same thing from that we're trying to save money in the county farm.
Sure, but I had never heard of that before, that's something new to me today.
There's quite a price difference, that's why.
Okay.
And come back, second bid, and then also
Find out.
find out, have them get two bids for recycled. I'm trying to think of anything else I can ask you. I don't deal with drainage districts, so you obviously have the right to go all the way through. There is nobody fighting this. No landowners having any issues. Okay. Sorry, I don't have drainage district up by us.
So you want us to get,
Two bids,
two bids from two different,
please.
Well,
If you can find it in the county, that'd be great.
okay,
We wanna keep it in the county money.
Sure.
Um,
and then whether or not it's recycled or specify that.
we would greatly see it recycled be better.
Okay.
Obviously environment wise, plus,
They should get the prices both ways.
yeah, they could do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, however you wanna do
What
it,
was that, John, what'd you say?
get the prices
They
both
get the
ways.
prices both ways from the vendors, that way they can
That
see.
way everybody knows where they're at.
Yeah.
Right.
Is there anything else you wanna? Jill, anything you can think of?
So this paperwork is good, all we do is come back and.
Yes. The application's still good,
Okay.
I have no clue about tile.
We need
if you can email back to Jill that you've got the two bids, so we can have them, and then as soon as we get that, we'll get you back in there.
Okay.
Do you have an email address that you use?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for your time.
That's just the easiest way for us to communicate.
Down to mine because mine dovetails into theirs.
You wanna put it aside, you wanna?
Supposed to change that.
Yeah, I can't change the agenda, Charlie, it's on fire.
What are you talking
Should have done
about?
that.
How do you make that eye comment?
I know what you mean, you just put A.
Okay.
I know you're talking about that.
If they want to.
Club.com.
Okay. So Dan Bauer Farms at
Dan Bauer Farms,
1 at iCloud.com. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Going back to Buckley
Yeah.
Now we're going.
They're leaving.
Buckley's here.
Buckley's right
Oh,
there.
yeah, there they are.
He's wearing his bright yellow hat there. It says Buckley, just to let you know.
Hold on just a second.
Hour 98.
Okay, we're back on Buckley.
Yeah.
Back on Buckley, okay, I'm good with that.
We're on number 66.
All right, so what'd you find out?
I did talk to, Henry Tile, and what they use is what he says is R-series tile is partially recycled, it's not virgin tile. It's not made from a new product, it's made from the waste of old tile. Recycled.
Okay, good.
Good.
Ronnie Roy is, unfortunately, he is out of town. I just remember when I was out there, I left a voicemail for him to call me, and I forgot he's in Wisconsin. Because when he was in a couple weeks ago, he told me he was headed to the lake.
Yeah, good guy. Do you wanna hold off and have a conversation with him, get apples to apples?
Yes. If,
And then like he just said, just get both bids from both directions.
yeah, Bo said that's where his bid is for our series, that's what he uses.
So Henrich uses recycled.
Yes. Unless a customer prefers virgin tile, they use what they call R series tile.
Now that's interesting because then you got,
And Ronnie might be using the same tile that Hendrix uses, it might be R series tile.
They're not gonna bid the more expensive stuff when they can, in competition, you can bid the cheaper unless it's specified.
but it's not specified.
That's why I'm sure they're bidding the cheaper stuff. I mean, I agree.
I agree with you, but I
I
just
agree
wanna,
we should check, but I'm saying, I'd be surprised if there was anything other than that.
And there's a chance he might get my voicemail, he might call me today. I mean, and if you want to go, us to come back for another meeting.
if it's okay to come back, that way
Yeah,
we'll know exactly where you're sitting at.
yeah, we're okay with that.
Any other questions? Thank you both.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Starting along a little bit.
Thank you.
Thank you. I agree with you, John, but I'd like to see it on paper.
I would too, I guess the only thought I was wondering about was, is it possible that the tile man can get the work done, get at the project right now, because if they got farm tiles to put in, they may be holding off till harvest to go.
Which would be expected anyway.
So, I mean, this isn't, harvest doesn't interfere with this.
Right.
And if he had the okay sooner rather than later to get the work done before harvest is over, that might might be able to get the project done after 3 years.
$98.
98
Whiskey
Whiskey
Creek.
Creek.
Whiskey Creek, just that well.
I'm Garrett Beatty, this is Richard Smith, we're directors of the Whiskey Creek Drainage District.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Garrett Beatty is my name,
Okay,
Whiskey Creek Drainage District, and this is Richard Smith.
No, it's not, it's in the old packet. Six, seven, 98. Does everybody have a packet? You wanna go ahead and present?
On the application, an error there is, the drainage district is now overloaded. I had not overloaded it. It is overloaded. We'd like to replace our, we have a 30 inch tile that comes from the south. Our drainage district has like 9 miles of creek, and we also have a bell tile, 30-inch bell tile that runs south towards Vermillion County, but it comes back to our Whiskey Creek. Our Whiskey Creek actually drains into Sugar Creek, which goes to Milford. We're parallel pretty much to the guys that were here before, and we need to replace our tile. It keeps breaking down. It's an old bell tile. It's been there about 100 years. Our forefathers put it in about 100 years ago. It's a 30-inch bell tile, and it runs just about full all the time, whether it's dry or wet. There's a tremendous amount of drainage goes through that tile, as well as we maintain our creek also. But this tile runs parallel to the creek pretty much. But they put it in years ago, and it's breaking down. We'd like to bypass the town of Claytonville. I think you have a map there. It's been overloaded. We've had to repair the tile here just lately. It cost us $4,000 or so to just fix a couple of spots in the town of Claytonville. We'd like to bypass the town of Claytonville and go around to the east a little bit and replace some of this tile so we have a better outlet. We would have 2 outlets actually then instead of just one. And you have a map.
is this in Claytonville?
That is in the town of Claytonville,
That's
yes.
in Claytonville?
That is the town of Claytonville. We just got that fixed.
It's right beside the road.
Yes, there's a 2-lane road goes through the little town of Claytonville. We have several thousand acres come through both the tile and our Whiskey Creek. We actually start a mile in Vermillion County, our creek is, but we have about 9 miles to maintain.
What creek is that?
This is Whiskey Creek.
Whiskey Creek?
Whiskey Creek, yes.
So it's not even.
It's,
I have no connection.
Well, our biggest concern is that the tile that goes through town, that's right beside the road, and that hole is open till they got it fixed. It was open a while. We were afraid they were gonna fall in it, somebody.
The old tile runs parallel to the road going through south of Claytonville and through Claytonville. And we need to go around the town actually. It would be much simpler for us. for the tile.
For the tile to go across the road, I would believe I'm sorry, I'm just guessing. You got to go over some roads, that'd be correct, at least one?
Yes, it does, it crosses the road
So
farther
you'll have-
south, but it runs parallel to the road, right along the road in the town of Plainville.
Right, but
You'd have to go over 3 of the side roads,
Pardon?
cause it's running parallel to the to the 2-lane, right?
Yes,
So then any side streets, there's there
Yes.
3, I think?
it's under the streets there, yes.
So they would have to go under 3 side streets to continue going parallel
Gotcha.
to the 2 lanes.
so I'm gonna ask you, are those the counties or is that the towns?
The,
Roads?
the roads that they would have to go under,
Yes.
I don't know who
That's-
manages those, I'm,
It used to be a state road, now it's our township
Township.
takes care of the road.
Gotcha.
Okay, yes, yeah.
Fountain Creek Township takes care
I
of
don't
the
know
road
roads.
now, it used to be a state road.
So do you have to get, and I apologize because I'm just asking these questions, so do you have to get permission from Joel Moore to go onto the roads?
No, the
No, we will not have to go on the road is on the tiles on the east side of the road, we can go.
We would be going around the town.
Correct, I
Not
I
through.
see
We
that.
don't have to go through under any
And
roads.
so you won't go under any other roads if you go around the town?
No,
They're showing them on the
We will
map,
not.
you got the map?
I got the map and I'm looking at it, but,
we
Show
will
the
not.
bypass right there that they want.
right, when you see where it says number 3 on the map,
Yeah.
is that a road running across right there?
No, that's a railroad track.
Well, I'm happy
Right
to-
on the map. that it's a
The railroad track, we will have to go,
that.
we will have to go on the railroad track,
Railroad
but
there anymore.
Railroad-
It's a railroad track.
Two people talking at the same time.
Yeah. Oh,
Maybe
okay.
trying to talk, but you guys
Yeah,
are.
go ahead, I'm sorry.
I apologize. But we will have to go on the railroad track, but the railroad is being disbanded.
mhm.
It's disbanded. It'll no longer exist pretty quick, we hope. but-
So the next question is that property Chicago and Eastern Illinois railroad property, or is that?
There's a little bit of it, yes, they're in the process of selling. the
All I'm
property.
trying to do is get the legalities out of it, that's all I'm trying to ask
We
for.
we can go through, it's no problem.
Do you need to get, bear with me again, are you going to have to get legal permission from them to do this?
No, I don't think so.
Just out of
I just-
curiosity,
Pardon?
what are, usually the railroad has an easement, and it's pretty good on both sides. So like down in Vermilion County, that railroad track that came out down there, they called that the nickel plate.
Sure.
And I think they gave that to the landowners on each, is that what's gonna happen here?
Yes,
I'm just
yes,
curious.
no, thank you.
they want us to purchase. I own several properties along the railroad and they want us to purchase the land. I don't know, I don't know if they're gonna get it in our lifetime or not.
I understand. You're working with the
But
railroad.
we're working with them and it's disbanded. We have a railroad bridge, that would, our district, we took the rails out and the bridge is no longer there. We got ours removed this year. We spent some money getting rid of that railroad bridge because, they have disbanded the railroad and they've been in contact with us too. But they don't want the property.
But they want you to buy it.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah, we hope it, I don't know what we're gonna do with it, but it goes through System Park, it's a good line yet, the railroad, but it hasn't been used for years.
Yeah, we'll need a second quote.
Okay.
I gotta bring up again, recycle.
There's a lot of this quote that they got, there's got a lot of ifs, ands, and buts with it too.
What part of it, John?
The writing underneath it, up above at the top of the page, it says 129,300, and underneath it, then they talk about, well, doing it this way and that, it would be extra, and there will be a fee for labor and supplies used to do hookups, then it's only an estimate, tile prices subject to change. Tile needs to be bedded in rock, it'd be 15,000 more, 4 or 5.
Okay, so you want that clarified?
Yeah.
Well, I
Next
mean,
quote.
if we were to award you the 129,300 and these other things come about, are you
Yeah.
in a position to pay for that? How would that be handled? Sounds like there's gonna be some more costs involved.
Well, we'll get that clarified on the next quote and, you know, work on this quote too.
Yeah, go back to him and have him.
Okay. Maybe they need to give you a price not to exceed or something of that sort.
I'm pretty sure this is a virgin, tile. But from my understanding, there's very little difference in price. It's a price difference, but not much.
Well, it doesn't hurt to ask to get quoted both ways.
Yeah, right.
That's the best thing to do.
Okay.
Quote it both ways and see what the difference is in the final product, and that way you make a better decision.
Okay.
Okay? All right.
Alright.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for your consideration.
Richard, I wanna ask you a question
Sure.
completely off this topic. Has Aaron bid on the farm tile project, the county farm tile project? Was he one that,
I can't tell you.
you don't
I'm not
know?
sure if he did.
I think he has.
You do?
I
Okay.
think he has.
You might mention
Some
it
of
to him, and if he hasn't, you know, we want all the bidders we can get.
Okay.
Have him call up here and get the info. We're getting ready to bid that again.
Okay.
Okay, we bid it a couple times, so we think we have all the information
Okay.
that the bidders want now.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
What the?
Oh, what do we need?
Village of Woodland number 101.
Just to clarify, this isn't Rick, this is Dustin and Dick, and I'm Kathy. The mayor was out of town, so.
Just give us a second here while we dig around.
It's so nice for me to be organized.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, right.
I like that, John, you should use that in negotiations. I listen to everything. I just don't share what I listen to, people.
Here you go. Look at it. I believe I spoke with him and he was talking about getting a backhoe. That might be able to help with your snow removal he was talking about, plus working on some of the jobs in town.
Yeah, it wouldn't be used for snow removal. I've been wanting one for about 3 or 4 years now. It'd be more for the waterworks.
Okay.
And for driving signs, stuff like that, for that end stone, for doing the ends of the driveways, dirt for the dirt holes, stuff like that.
Everybody ready?
Do we have any quotes?
I'm just gonna let him present and we'll ask for that.
Okay.
Go ahead and present, please.
My name is Dustin Stick, trustee for the Village of Woodland. Our interest is in a backhoe for our waterworks department. We are requesting $75,000. The backhoes that we are looking at are used backhoes anywhere from $65,000 to $70,000. The reason why we're asking for up to 75 is in the past, the Village of Woodland has not had a backhoe, nor do they now. So I would need to be, or we would need to be getting some extra things for the backhoe to have on hand, you know, oils, fluids, filters, this and that. Just so we're well equipped for it. We need it for, like I was saying, our waterworks department, for water main breaks. What we did is me and another, in the past, me and another trustee sat down. We figured out what we're roughly spending for other people to come in, do our water main repairs, come in, put stone in, bring a load of stone to us. and then disperse it and stuff like that, and we were coming out with, we could basically pay for a backhoe in 5 years. It would pay for itself, excuse me, let me restate that. So that's why we're trying to look into purchasing the backhoe for the Village of Woodland. We did currently get another, grant for the 40,000, which we received half of that. And we did get a dump truck for the use with the backhoe and to also do, snow removal. Due to the fact that, I've been doing it for 18 years for the Village of Woodland, and, I just retired from snow removal. And we also looked into that, the average of what it was gonna cost for someone else to do it, and how quickly it paid for itself for us to just have our own equipment. Woodland's never even had that option. It's been people that's always donated even for the snow removal. So we're just trying to, bring the village up to par, basically.
And you said you did get the dump truck with funds that you got
Yes, ma'am.
for the village?
They got
Yes.
40,375.43.
Right.
Yeah, we got half of that so far.
We get the other half, I think, next month of the 40, so,
Who knows?
yeah.
Hopefully.
I'm with you.
Now, the only thing we didn't get is bids.
You're gonna need to
He's
get,
been looking,
Yeah,
Close.
we didn't wanna give you false hope, because
Yeah.
it's used,
I'm with
by
you.
the time I bring it to you, it's gonna be sold, so I'm just lying to you, basically.
gotcha.
I don't wanna do that.
yeah.
I don't wanna bring false hope to the book, you know. That's not good business.
Yeah, then we just have a conversation out there this morning on some equipment he was talking about. I
Well,
wasn't
that
there.
was something to cut bush
Oh,
with, that
that
was,
was-
you know, a fancy.
I know Trevance Township has a backhoe, and I've actually heard that a board member thought it was gonna be coming for sale, and it's around 25,000. Not getting your hope up, but, might wanna put their name down, give them a phone call and see if
Okay.
there's an option there. What I would like to see, Jill, you tell me, but if they were to,
What's your question?
yeah, I don't know how to put this.
We ran into the same situation with the
You want me to
truck.
stop?
We were buying something used, so it's not
I
like.
get it,
The one he wanted got sold
I get it.
before we could go look at it.
Have you talked to Maui Auction?
Yeah, I'm not trying to be too picky, but I don't,
They didn't have anything that fit your needs?
no, there you go, yes.
It's been well used.
I got it, I understand.
We want, and we don't have to use it a lot, so if we get something that's at least decent, we can look forward to the future if it's still gonna be there for 10, 15, who knows, 20 years.
Well, you
Not
know,
something that's gonna
their
last you.
inventory is changing all the time too.
Yeah, and I
So,
constantly, I got them online, I'm constantly looking through their auction
Are you
page.
able to provide me with last 2 years of financials for the village?
I did.
Can you provide me with that? I'm
I
just
can.
curious to see, are you, off the top of your head, are you showing a loss for the last 2 years?
We
No.
don't pay taxes.
Right,
No, we don't, and we're not showing no loss.
I mean, I'm
But
not-
your revenues versus
I
your
got where you're going with
expenses.
I'm not sure. I don't
if you
deal
wouldn't
with
mind, you have
us.
my email, right?
Yeah.
Can you have somebody email those to me? I'm gonna take a look at them, see if we can't do something for you.
Okay, okay.
In regards to revenue replacement or funding for the village that you could utilize for whatever you need in that matter. So just thinking, if you don't mind, send those to me, I'll take a look at them.
Okay.
I was just saying, if they have lost revenue, we could give you money for lost revenue, and then you would have the,
Funds available to utilize
To
if you find a
utilize.
used piece of equipment or whatnot to
when it
purchase.
became available, yeah.
No, I don't.
It's always by the skin of our teeth, but I don't think. we
The only
have
other
loss.
thing is if you can provide 2 bids of a specific piece of equipment that you are looking at used. I know they go fast, I know they're going fast now, but then that would at least give them something to go off to award
Okay.
you. And then that way you would have a dollar amount to hopefully, hey, this came up for sale, I have this money, let's go, you know? So that would work as well, you know, just 2 bids of a specific type of equipment that you're looking for. Even if that exact same one is not available anymore, you still have the funds in case something does come up
Right,
to purchase that.
okay.
Okay, so
I can-
financials and then two bids for the specific piece of equipment you're looking to purchase.
Okay,
And I understand that exact one is not gonna probably be available once you're awarded money. But then at least then you have that amount that the committee can go off of to
When you're done here,
work with.
go out to the transportation department, ask for Joel Moore. He's connected to all the towns, villages, townships, and see if he knows who has what. They'll give you an option.
There might be something sitting out there that's gonna be available that's, you know.
Another thing that you might consider, might have an opportunity is if you found a piece of equipment that you wanted to buy, you might be able to reach an agreement with the seller if you gave him a small down payment and told him that you need to come back here to get the rest of the money. And so forth. I mean, they might agree to some arrangement of that sort.
Yeah.
That's gonna be far and few between to find someone that would want.
Yep.
I understand, but I mean,
That's,
people understanding the way government works and the way our systems work, you'd be interested in trying to help out, and that would be one way that they'd be able to do that.
You guys ready?
No, I do not.
Huh?
You asked me if I had anything?
Yeah, you got anything sitting there?
No, we use all our stuff, I
Alright, sorry.
No, it's all good.
Had to ask.
No, it's all good.
okay, so
Okay.
we visit next month?
I want to see Joel.
definitely would, I definitely think they should go talk to Joel.
Yeah, he's doing good.
There you go.
Yeah, they know where the transportation department is.
Yeah, I know.
Definitely.
okay.
I would just go out there and make sure he knows that you're on the radar then.
And if he would happen to not be there, because we were just out there for a meeting, leave your name, oh, you got his number, you're good.
I know Joel.
You're good.
Alright, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Alright, capping off. 104.
104.
Yes.
Figures with your tables, you get a top of the list next time. In case more people can verify it now. I know. Well, because some of the.
Oh, okay.
So I can find one for it.
I don't think so. I don't think that means.
I gotta dig it up.
Oh, Tom Ben's called me during it, and I forgot I didn't do
Pepperell Township, where's Myron Munyon? Is he here today?
He's a village, he's not township.
Oh,
He's the honorable mayor.
honorable mayor.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all good. It's not a very honorable position.
Well, I'm glad he's got it, not me, it wouldn't want.
How about John Demick? Has he been around?
Young John? There's 2 John. You got John Junior, John Senior.
One that runs the game farm.
The bird man, that's how we call it, yeah, he's doing a lot of birds. It's west of Pavanal at the county road.
I bought birds from him.
Have you? I will tell him you said hello.
Yep.
Good man, a busy man.
Yep. I guess it's a good business, I don't know.
It's crazy all the birds he's got. I didn't realize there was that many pheasants ever in the world.
He usually has good birds.
Yes, he does.
Put me in a shotgun, I probably wouldn't have.
I do it the easy way. I just go out there and buy them off from the ringer neck and clean them. And you get a bunch.
Alright, if you wanna go ahead and present? You're up.
I'm Ryan Boone, the Township Supervisor, and this is Roger Witt, the Road Commissioner for Pavanal Township. And we were wanting an addition on our township shed. Badly needed addition.
With the addition,
Unfortunately, we all know that nowadays the equipment gets bigger, and the shed we have now was built, and actually, I was a junior in high school, I poured the concrete in 1980 in that building, the FFA class did. We bought newer equipment, we never bought new because we couldn't afford new. And unfortunately, the equipment, not unfortunately, unfortunately part of the equipment that was bad, like a tandem truck and a single axle, we put new motors in them because they were more worth value to us to keep, because there was nothing wrong with the rest of it, everything. So we bought another truck to keep up with times. And unfortunately, we have machinery that we use religiously that sits outside, that's extremely expensive to replace, and we can't afford it. We would like to get it inside. Then, I mean, a road grader is my biggest concern. If you ever had to replace a road grader, which would be never new, it still costs you $300,000, and the one we have now was brand new in 1982, and it's a valuable, good piece of machinery, and it's been sitting outside for almost 4 years. And we all know what sun does to everything. And what we're looking for is a 54 by 48 addition east of our existing building with a 24 by 48 lean, which would be an office. We have an office now, 4 people with their elbows out is extremely crowded. There's a couple of us, 3 of us here can vouch for that. We are way back in old school and not complaining. I'm not saying Papineau is being picked on because we're the northern end of the county. We get paid for it. We also in the wintertime clean all the county roads. We maintain all the county roads in the wintertime. Don't have a problem with it because they take care of us. And you need to work together anyway. We need help with to store our equipment. The bids that you have in front of you, they're two totally different, heckle and jive. The Morton one, I asked the gentleman, the salesman, to break it all down, and he said he would bid the whole thing as a finish. I told him I didn't want it, bid it as a finish, such as because it's probably cold storage for at least 3 years. Cold storage is better than no storage when you can back something in to get it out of things. He made it all one. He didn't break nothing down. The other bid that you got, he broke it down into one with a lean and a bathroom, and it would be cold storage with the 54 by 48. And then on the lean part of it, the office would be 24 by 30 then with a bathroom. And then I think it's 16 foot that's gonna be cold storage for signs no, it's gonna be signs if it ever happens.
That's from Heiser.
That is correct.
That's a Heiser bid.
That is correct.
And so I'm looking at Morton Building, I'm trying to see the bottom line.
I only have one, because I told Brendan, and he still never put the width and everything, but he did kind of break it down on the cost of the lean and finishing the office part of it. I only have one copy. And it's the different quote that he gave me. He didn't put the dimensions on it. He said he forgot, and it was kind of not making excuses or whatever, but it was a rush thing, because I'm telling you honestly, believe it or not, I had one heck of a time to try to get people to bid on this building.
Is this the same as the one we're looking at?
No, that's June 13th. Man, we get
Same
copies.
amount.
I apologize, I should have brought one.
No, you're good.
No, that's all right.
But honestly, I'm sure you believe me, but it was just dumbfounded of trying to get somebody to bid on this building.
What is Morton's price?
It's on the very back page.
300.
They like to-
$304.
They like to hide that in there.
Yes,
$300,000 versus $117,000.
and I'm not complaining, but we'd have had this done, it wouldn't have been as rush. Like I said, honestly, I had a heck of a time to get people to do this. The gentleman, the salesman for Morton. Anyway, it was either too cold or it was raining. No, I'm not exaggerating. I am not exaggerating.
On your application, it says $90,000 your desired funding, and then this Heiser, it's $117,410, so there's a difference there.
We're comfortable with, if Hugh Jiff, and I'm very appreciative, if we
we get helped in our building fund, we can cover the rest. But I think we like 35,000, 38,000 in our building fund. We didn't, and I'm not gonna fit to you. Everybody will take any money. We didn't wanna be greedy. I'm not, we just need help. I mean, I'm not bragging or whatever, but my dad was commissioner for 22 years, he passed.
Was that Art?
That's Gail. Art was no relation to, Art DeWitt, well, he was no relation, but I always called him Uncle Art. I mean,
Because he was on the county board.
yeah, and he worked for the county for quite a few years, and then he was on the county board, and he was commissioner in Martin Township for a long time, and him and my dad worked together, and him and I worked together a lot, but he was, 9 years older than me, I still called him Uncle Art. But I've had the commission for 20 years, and it's.
Well, you have something in common with
Thank
most
you.
everybody that's been here about a building, is one, we can't get anybody to bid on it, and, I forgot what the other we need it and we don't wanna be greedy. We hear that.
And it might sound,
Small town.
it might sound dumb or childish but I know, I mean, you have Brennan's, he lives just in Kankakee County, Morton's in Iroquois County, and I didn't want it to go to Indiana.
Can we get on with these things, we're running out of time.
Yeah.
I apologize.
What kind of materials is Heiser using to?
He's, this building of Heiser's, and I've already seen it.
What are the materials, what are the poles, what are they made out of?
They're all treated, I think there were 8x8s, 3 of them. With 4x4 also, or 6x6, 4x6, excuse me.
You don't know what species of lumber?
His packages is coming out of Menards. All his building material is coming out of Menards. I went and looked at 3 of the pole barn buildings that Menards, and they were the thickness of gauge of steel. To me, they looked phenomenal, and the guys were happy with it.
I have a problem with that.
Okay, I'm all belly.
What you're gonna get from Menards is what's called SPF, spruce pine fir. It's a cheap grade of lumber. I got a pole barn that I bought from Menards, but I specified southern pine. Cost me a little bit more, but that's treated southern pine will last me a heck of a long time. And they can provide it, but not unless you ask for it. It's similar to what we were talking about with the drainage tile with these other people. If you don't specify something when they
No, it's
get it,
understandable.
they're gonna give you the cheapest thing.
Like buy a new vehicle.
But I would strongly recommend, and usually Menards on their poles they're laminated together, they're not single piece of wood, and that's fine. But the wire that they use to laminate them with, you should specify that to be stainless steel, so that you don't get iron rot. You want something that's gonna last a long time, I think it's worth your while to have some of these things included in what you're wanting to put up. And we're talking maybe 30 years on one, and maybe upwards of 60, 70, 80 years on another. That's the kind of difference that you're looking at. So I think that's something that you might wanna consider here.
I'll take it.
Let's get you back next month. Can we get a materials list from you?
Just talk to Heiser, have them go back to Menards and ask for what I'm telling you, and yeah, they may bump their price up a couple $1,000s or so, but you got a pretty good gap here between what Morton.
You know, I wasn't aware of that.
It's up, a lot of it has to do with what you want.
No, I understand. I'd be arrogant. I want another addition. That's a lot.
We did give some money to another township for a building, and when they did,
Beerville.
they found out that lumber that was gonna be used was in line with what I'm saying, so, we went ahead with it on that basis.
Did you do something for Ashcombe too?
I know Todd got a building.
So you might talk, we really need a second quote, don't we?
Yeah,
Got to
We
quote.
got-
They got two quotes, they
well,
got
that's-
Martin,
That's true if you call.
just get a materials list,
Yeah.
But I
southern
would,
yellow pine, stainless steel.
if they want that option, I think that's the smart thing to do.
Do you have any other that you'd like them to get?
Well, I think that's, to me, that's the main thing, the tin that Menards has is, it's good quality.
Is it?
I don't think there's a problem with that.
Is there anything else you can think of that they should get?
No.
No, not really. I think the species of lumber is what's most important.
That's what I cover.
One of the things,
Come back.
one of the things that's different is that SPF lumber weighs about 1,500 pounds per 1,000 board feet. Southern pine lumber weighs about 2,600 pounds per 1,000 board feet. You can see from that additional weight, that's in the fibers in the wood and the strength that you've got.
Density, yeah.
And that's the difference, so that's why I'm making that recommendation.
Go back to Heiser, have it go back to Menards, get those changes,
I want the birth certificate of every piece of wood we have.
get the number ones, not the number twos.
Yeah.
No, seriously, just cover the grounds now, so when you come back.
And it's all we need to present to you, we don't need.
Just, well, you don't need to do Morton because they've already done their due diligence. With Heiser, we just wanna see a material list with what they're gonna be
The
using.
grade of material list. Basically.
Yeah,
It should be two and better, I mean, that's, I don't think they.
number two, what's what he's saying?
I don't think they'd be doing anything better than two and better.
You want the price with that though, right?
Well,
he's
you
got
have to rebid it if it's, you know,
Right,
if it's not the
but
quality.
you don't have to change your application.
No.
Oh, that's what I was asking.
Yeah, just bring in the new, bid from Heiser Construction with the material list so we can see it.
Okay.
That way we can move forward, hopefully.
In fact, before our next, if you could email that.
Yeah, I'll either drop it off or email it to you.
Perfect.
I'm just learning email, getting comfortable with it. He's real good at it, so I'll let him do it.
When is the next board meeting?
October,
Probably,
it should be October the 3rd.
is that on the Monday again?
Good.
I will be picking corn, so like by October 3rd, I guarantee I will.
Yeah, we both will.
Yeah, it's
Obviously,
like-
one of us will be here, or both of us, whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
We won't forget you.
And trust me, we won't forget where you guys are at. Thank you very much for your time.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
109, we're all connected.
Alright, Charlie, Charlie Alström says 109. I'll be right back.
109. 110. 108.
Thanks for being patient.
John.
Appreciate you coming.
I'll answer any
Let's take
questions.
you can send yours, take a seat.
Yeah, I'll answer any questions, or I'll try to answer any questions, but
Okay.
This here though.
You know,
That's what-
as a committee.
What?
This is 18.
Yeah, 18, supposed to be 18, but I don't run very fast.
I don't, to be very honest, I don't know anything about it, so. We'll see.
Got time for lunch? Depends on if we spend an hour. Better not, huh?
Jill, do you have me down for today for media training? I'm coming today. I'm coming. You have me down for next week on Tuesday.
It got changed.
Oh, yeah.
It's October, media training is October 27th. So October 27th. And payroll or employee practice training is the 5th.
I yelled at those people yesterday, I don't know that.
He did. They were scared.
You yelled at who? The media training people?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you know what? I did get that, and I kept thinking we're having multiple of these, and I'm looking at my emails,
Sorry,
but
I'm
which
trying
one
to keep
did?
them straight. I will email as it gets closer.
It's the same people that are supposed to be helping us out with reviewing our policy manual and our sexual harassment training and so forth, so I'm not happy.
Well, no, cause I came prepared to spend the whole day here. October 27th,
Is the media training, yeah.
at what time?
1 to 3.
Subject to further training.
Yeah. And I don't know if what I'm doing on October.
I think you're talking about the next time we meet, October 27th.
Okay.
No, Charlie, that's media training. The next time you're gonna meet for ARPA is October 3rd.
October 3rd?
Mm-hmm.
What was it, 27th?
Media training.
What the heck is
Just don't
that?
talk to the media, okay?
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
That's what you need to know.
Don't talk to them.
Just refer them to John.
I can't find a date to agree with you.
That's what I do. I just refer them to John.
Some people have a thick skull. Hard to think through.
City of Gilman. City of Gilman.
So easy. Just take it easy for a while. It's not the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
Every board meeting, I sit right there and
Where's my Clayton bill, about 675? Five at least. There are rumors that are confused that I'm with that, and that should be. I don't think I have any connection with that.
No, those are together.
And we spent
A little bit.
$1 and I'm not complaining.
Whiskey Creek,
I'll come.
yeah, but it's, I'm not even gonna mention that. Life's confused a little.
That's okay, that's the way it is.
I'm sorry.
But a lot of those hours, don't donate.
All right, let's get her going.
Bradley. I'd like to start out by answering maybe it was a question to some of you that I've connected with the Whiskey Creek presentation. I'm not, other than the fact that Garrett Beebe I've known practically all my life, and he happened to call me about how to apply, and I referred them to our manager of it. You call her, right? Or did you remember that? That's the only connection I have with Whiskey Creek application. I don't have any money involved in that at all.
Who's the young man with you right now?
Beg your pardon?
Who's the young man that's with you?
Oh, I'm sorry, this is Robert Schmidt, my farm operator, and he knows more about my property than I do. He's been farming it for several years now. And the other thing is, the Palm Creek district that was here before, yes, I am involved in that, and I will not be voting on that or giving an opinion of that, because you know I will benefit by having them, their approval and their work done on their drainage district tile. And that drainage district tile, if you look at the back page of my application, there is a map there. And the black line or whatever color you have is my property in section 30 that I'm making this application for. And where it stops at the north end is where the Fountain Creek District tile begins and heads north into other properties. I am at the end of that drainage district south, and I'm applying here to go under the road 200 north to the south end of that, and stop there, which my other tile runs on behind that. Now, the tile I have coming to that is probably 70-some years old. I remember as a little kid watching it being installed. Now, at this point today, we're having breakage in that tile because there's a lot of pressure put on it during heavy rains. This past year I had 3 blow-ups in that tile, and that's something that happens just about every year now. And when those blow-ups become because of the pressure in it, I'm losing topsoil as well as resulting in repair jobs. In time, I will have nothing but a drainage ditch through there if nothing is ever done with that part of my tile. So that's why I'm here today, trying to replace it. It's old style. It looks like paint tile to me. It still dates back to that installation, and it was done when the drainage district north of me was installed. It was just from that point on, I think they ran out of money, to be honest with you, to continue the drainage district, and my father and grandfather paid for the tile coming through and on further south into section 30. And under the road 200 north is where I'm planning to go, and I have estimates. Part of here is the cost of going under the road again with a new tile. I'd like to replace that 18-inch tile and extend the new tile under County Road 200F. Is there any, and I've really tried to explain that in the additional sheet I had to the application.
Mr. Schmidt, you got anything to add to it?
I know that this bid would be for it's the Prinsco mixed. It's the mixed resin, recycled and virgin, however they do that. I can't tell you that.
Does anybody else connect onto it?
Yes, to the south, there's at least one more landowner.
Further south of my property, not on it except.
Not on Charlie's property.
So the water still comes through it, correct?
Yes, yeah.
Is there multiple, obviously, after that connects to it?
I think just one.
Okay. Question I'll ask you, Charlie. Did you have a loss of revenue? What do you want to put, Joe? What year would I have to say? For COVID?
2020 and 2021.
2020 or 2021, did you have a loss of revenue?
I have expenses in repairing the tile all at this time, but I'm losing topsoil every time there's a blowout. I've got less topsoil above it, and eventually I'll run out of topsoil unless I do repairs. It doesn't blow up anymore, right?
Yeah, it's the problem with it is it's every time he's losing ground, it's getting shallower. It probably was a little too shallow in the first place, but that's how they could do it back then. So.
To me, it's hard to, the only thing I could try and say is, yes, monitors on combines that go through that spot is not as high as the others. It's pretty hard to come in and give you a figure on that. But eventually I'll have nothing in that little strip.
Did you get 2 bids? I apologize, I'm still going through it.
No, I don't think
we had a bid from Schmidt.
Yeah, but we didn't get one.
I don't see it.
All right, we'll need a second bid.
That's the bid.
Jill, is there anything else you're thinking of offhand? I would like to see the other landowner that connects to this.
Connected what?
To yours.
The other landowner?
Yeah, on the
The
application.
landowner was connected to this.
Well,
From
he's
the
using, he's using our
He's
tile.
using the backside, so the water's going through it.
So the next one to the south is Charlie's, and that's where we're probably losing as much in that field as we are in the field that we're planning on going through. Then you gotta go south another half mile and you got another landowner. So,
You need more recent actually catching on.
no, his always went that way. Yeah, they just hooked a new tile into it, but his water's always gone that way.
Yeah, Charlie, I understand what you need and all that, and I'm for you, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel there's a conflict of interest here.
I'm sorry, what you said?
I said, I feel there's a conflict of interest here.
That's why I'm not gonna be voting, but I'm a public citizen. If I wasn't on the county board, would I be able to give the same presentation? Would I be okay if I wasn't on the county board? I
Probably.
should resign from the county board to,
That's not what I'm saying, I just feel
Well,
there's a conflict.
I'd have to get money, I have to resign. That's the way it comes to me. Am I wrong? At this point, get the second bid. We'll find out if it's conflict of interest from the state's attorney. I see your point of view, and I also, since she's asking about it, we'll look into it to make sure there is no conflict of
I
interest.
just wanna make sure.
We have to have a loss of revenue. That's one of the main concerns of this. Jill? anything else?
You're not claiming loss of revenue though, you're
Right.
doing the tile, so definitely need a
How is
second.
it connected to,
Charlie, you need a copy of the first bid, cause it just says here that Aaron Schmidt provided cost of 17,383, so I know you got a bid, but I need a copy of it. And then if you get a second one,
yes,
Okay.
I remember on the first one, the provider thought I was talking about the Fountain Creek district.
Right.
They're all on the same paper, I didn't want that.
right, and yeah, so if you could have it, just get me that separate one, and then you need a second one, just like everybody else, okay? And then in the meantime, we'll just verify it's not a, conflict of interest, just to cover us for
I said that
reporting purposes.
I have a conflict of interest,
Yeah,
I put that before you, I'm not gonna vote on this matter.
no, and I understand that,
I don't think.
I understand
Matter of
that,
fact, I don't think I'm gonna vote on the Fountain Creek District one either, cause I'll benefit from it.
right, and I understand that, and I appreciate that, but just to make sure it's okay,
Yeah, I hope
just to get a
that's
second
okay.
opinion, I like legal opinions,
There's nothing more I can do other than resign from the board. You ain't doing that. I don't see why I should have to. I'm just another citizen getting this report. Anything else you want? Just those two things, then we'll just check on Charlie, okay? Thank you very much for your. Thanks, Charlie. Thanks, Mr. Schmidt.
Yeah, thanks. I gotta head out for.
Okay, see you later.
All right.
There's no more action being taken on the applications for today. We're moving to old business. Is there any old business? And we'll be adjourned. Any new business?
Are we okay with the next meeting date? October 3rd?
October 3rd, 10 a.m.
Afternoon.
So far, so good.
It's a Monday.
Unless something changes. October 3rd. Yes, sir, 10 a.m. We have somebody that already wants to make a motion to adjourn. Do we have a second?
Second.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. All opposed? Motion adjourned.